Hello students, so today class we're going to discuss about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants involves the production of male and the female gametes. The transfer of the male gamete to the female ovule in a process called pollination. After pollination occurs, fertilization happens and the ovule grow into the seeds within a fruit. So let us going to discuss in brief. Sexual reproduction. As discussed earlier, sexual reproduction involves two parents, that is male and female, and gamete formation, male gamete and female gamete. The gametes are special cells which are formed after meiosis. So there are two types of gamete, that is male and female gametes. So here the meiosis refers to cell reduction. The number of chromosome is haploid in the gamete, that is 23 N chromosomes. When gametes fuse during fertilization, the number of chromosomes become diploid, that is 2N condition. So 23 plus 23 is 46 chromosomes, diploid chromosomes. So this is important for maintaining the unique identity of a particular species which reproduce by sexual method. In sexual reproduction, the offspring gets sets of genes from two different individuals. So this leads to variation through subsequent generations. So these variations accumulate over thousands of generations and finally may give rise to a new species. That is how all complex organisms have evolved from a common ancestor. Now we move on to DNA replication. So DNA replication is the process by which DNA make a copy of itself. DNA replication happens during the S phase of the cell cycle. So this is important because of the daughter cells would need additional copies of the DNA. So the process of DNA replication is a foolproof process, yet some alternation do take place. These alternation may lead to some variation in the character of the daughter cells. Now we detailed study about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Sexual reproduction is the production of a new organism from two parents by making use of the gametes or sex cell. Plants also have male and female sex organ. When the male gamete combines with the female gamete, a new seed is formed. So in plant, the offspring will be the seed. This seed, when provided with suitable environment, is germinated and a new plant is grown. These sex organs in plant are carried within the flower and the seeds which are inside a fruit. So such plants are called angiosperm or flowering plants, as they reproduce by sexual reproduction method. Sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Flower is a modified leaf which bears special organs and plays the role of reproductive system in the plant. A typical flower is composed of four distinct whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So this will be the sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Here you can see the flower with its labeled parts. Now I just give you the definition of what is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Later I just show with the demonstration with the hibiscus flower. Okay. So the calyx, the outermost whorl of the flower is called calyx. It is composed of green leaf-like structure called sepals. Corolla, the second whorl of the flower, is called corolla. It is composed of colorful leaf-like structure called petal. The petals are colorful because so that the insects and birds can be attracted to assist the flower in pollination. Androecium. This is the third whorl in the flower. So it is composed of stamen. A stamen is made up of a slender stalk and anthers on top. Anthers produce the pollen grain and the pollen grains are the male gametes. So these all about the androecium, whereas in flowering plant the androecium will be the male reproductive part of the flower. Next we study about gynoecium. So this whorl is at the center of the flower. So it is composed of a swollen base called ovary. A slender style stands upright on the ovary. It has a flat top called stigma. Ovules are inside the ovary and ovules are the female gamete. So gynoecium are the female reproductive parts in the flower. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So the reproductive parts of a flower we seen, that is the androecium and the gynoecium. So the androecium will be the male reproductive part of the flower and gynoecium are the female reproductive part of the flower. So the stamen and pistil are the reproductive part of the flower, whereas stamen which is present in androecium and pistil which is present in the gynoecium part. So stamen is the male reproductive part. It produces pollen grain in the anther which contains the male germ cell, that is male gamete, and pistil is the female reproductive part. It produces ovules in the ovary which contain the female germ cell, female gamete. So let us discuss in brief by seeing the dissection of hibiscus flower, and I will show which part will be the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Look forward. Hibiscus rosa sinensis. So this is commonly called as shoe flower, China flower too. So today I just show how we dissect this flower. First, this is a shoe flower. So you can see this flower in many colors like yellow, white or red. So today I chosen brightly red colored flower. Actually, why I chosen this hibiscus for dissection? Because so this is a complete set of flower. It means you can see both the essential and non-essential whorls in this flower, and this flower is considered to be bisexual flowers. It means both the sex organs, okay, like male part and the female part which is present on the same flower, it means bisexual flowers. So the male part is androecium and the female sexual part is gynoecium. So let us proceed with the dissection. So here you can see, first you see this. So the green color, long green color thing, right? So this is called pedicel. So near the pedicel, on the above the pedicel, you can see 5 bracteote. Okay, so this will be the bibracteate. So this calyx, when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So based on the calyx, there will be same number of corolla also you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have a dissection or needle in my home. So today I use the blade to cut this. So you just cut the calyx part and you can remove the calyx. So you can see the calyx, 5 in number. So this will be calyx, is otherwise called as what? Sepal. Now I just show corolla. So these floral leaves, okay, brightly red color floral leaves are corolla. So I just made a slight cut here and I just removing the corolla part. Third one, fourth and fifth. So this is called corolla, otherwise called as petals. So this calyx and corolla are commonly called as non-essential words, non-essential part. Now we're going to discuss about essential part of the flower. So this essential part of the flower, okay, so this will be the complete set of essential part of the flower. So you can see, the long slender like which is connected here. So this is complete set of essential part. So this essential part is involved in the reproduction. So the function is reproduction. So give a So here you can see the 5 video pudi kittava. So here you can see 5 calyx, 5 corolla, and here you can see 5 stigma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the stigma which is like a velvet in nature, okay. So it's very soft and velvet in nature. So this is called stigma. And when the stigma is connected with a long slender tube, so this is called style, and the style which is connected with this part is ovary. So we studied. So this style, okay, the stigma, the style and this ovary are considered to be the female reproductive part. So that is called gynoecium, okay. And this gynoecium, okay, so this will be the female reproductive part. Now we see the male reproductive part. So you can see here the male reproductive part which is attached in the style. So this is stamen, okay, so this will be the stamen. On the upper of the stamen there will be the pollen grains. You can see here the pollen grains. So that is called anther. Okay, so you can see many pollen grain which is attached in the thing. The pollen grains which help in the process like pollination. So this will be, so when this yellow brightly colored to attract the insect, okay. So this pollen grain is a male gamete. Okay, now we can see. So this will be the stamen, anther. Inside the anther there will be the pollen grain.